session entitled Birth of the Personal Spaceflight Revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been coming to the IAC, the IAF, for the last 23 years, and my goal here is to rock your world. It's time to start a new type of industry and to change what has been the dynamics for the last 40 years of space. And what we've gathered here today are a group of the visionaries, the doers, the Lindberghs, the Wright brothers, the Steve Jobs of the space industry to tell you what is on the horizon. Your companies may not know it yet, but you'll still be building personal spaceflight vehicles because the largest market ahead of us is yet to come. For the last 40 years, the price of going to space has really gone up and not down. And the way to change that is to get hold of the largest marketplace out there. It's not satellites, not hunks of metal. They're self-loading carbon payloads. There are 1,000 or so in this room. How many folks here would like to travel to space? That's the payload of the future.
And that's an area that needs a lot of work. And it's very critical because it can help flourish this industry, or on the other hand, if it's not done properly and it's not done with the right level of attention, it could actually kill this industry. So it's very important for all of us to be actively involved in it and make sure that it's shaped in the right manner. And lastly, I think what was very important for the prize was that it showed people that there is a marketplace. As Peter mentioned, millions and millions of dollars were spent on building these rockets to win the thing. It was several for the prize itself. And it showed that there is definitely interest and money out there. And on the other hand, we saw right when the prize was won, we had an announcement from Virgin Galactic that they were planning to put this into commercial use, and they've announced plans for selling tickets, which they've already started. So that showed that there is a very good marketplace for human space flights. And that brought a lot more attention and investors to the picture. And I'm sure in the near future, as you know, you have announcements coming up recently, and I'm sure we'll hear many more of them coming up with competition for Virgin Galactic and other companies coming into the picture, building these spaceships and taking all of us, hopefully in the near future, to experience.
Again, I'm the President and CEO of Space Adventures. We are most well known as having flown Dennis Tito and Mark Shuttleworth, along with our Russian partners, the Federal Space Agency of the Russian Federation and RIC Energia, to the space station. Until 2 weeks ago, they were the only two space tourists. That is, the only two private citizens who paid money to go to space so far. But that changed. We had a new participant, Greg Olson, who had an absolutely fantastic time in space. His experience was, as he's mentioned many times, more than he dreamed, worth every penny. And in fact, he just arrived back in New York and was doing a series of press interviews. And I think the first thing he told the lady who interviewed him from Good Morning America was that he wants to go again.
Carry passengers on suborbital flights for about $500,000 yen to go to Miami. So it can be very, very cheap, provided we build about 50, so that everyone can fly. But the Japanese government has quite different priorities. Last month, its space agency sent Mr. Noguchi to the space station. Everybody agrees he did an excellent job. But his flight cost Japanese taxpayers $1 billion. My guess is not as long as they think. Thank you.
Personal spaceflight low orbit is interesting and worthy, but really what it should be about is going much beyond that. I think the moon's okay, but it's not really, in my opinion, all that viable as a place where we can establish a second lunar civilization. I think the real destination needs to be Mars. And so, we want to keep going. As we achieve success, as we are able to launch Falcon 1, launch Falcon 9, hopefully go beyond that to the super heavy lift vehicle, get into the manned spaceflight arena. My intent is for SpaceX to make a real difference in helping us become one day a multi-planet species. Thanks.